everyone, we're going to verify this trig identity by expanding factors and then simplifying. So the first part we're going to do is look at this numerator here and expand it with our sum of cubes formula. So in this case our A is sine of theta and our B is cosine of theta. So let's just expand this numerator and we're going to get sine of theta plus cosine of theta times sine squared of theta minus sine theta cosine theta plus cosine squared of theta. Now for the denominator, we're going to expand that as well. We have two of these cosine squares. So it's 1 minus 2 of those. So basically it's, if you expand it, it's 1 minus cosine squared of theta minus cosine squared of theta. All right. Now, if you look at this numerator, sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. So I'm going to rewrite my numerator as sine of theta plus cosine of theta times 1 minus sine of theta cosine of theta. And then my denominator, this right here is sine squared. Because if you look at your Pythagorean identity, if you subtract cosine squared from both sides, you get that. So now my denominator is sine squared theta minus cosine squared of theta. Now what I'm going to do on the next slide is expand this. This is a squared minus b squared, and I'm going to expand it as a minus b times a plus b, or switch it around. I could do a plus b, a minus b, but I'm going to do that in the next slide. All right, so we'll do that. We're going to get, copy down your numerator is sine theta plus cosine theta. So I'm just copying what I had down before. There we go. And then I'm going to expand what I told you I was going to expand. So that's going to be sine theta plus cosine theta times sine theta minus cosine of theta. That is what we did, is right here. All right. Now I can get rid of this. All right. Now again, what we need is this here. So what I'm going to do is divide each of these pieces, because we have tan here. So what I'm going to do is multiply the numerator by 1 divided by cosine and the denominator by 1 divided by cosine. We're going to have to force this to make it work. So basically what we're doing is we're saying 1 divided by cosine I need to scoot this over. 1 divided by cosine of theta. So I'm just multiplying this by the 1. Minus sine of theta cosine of theta divided by cosine of theta. All divided by, and do it for the denominator too. Sine of theta divided by cosine of theta minus cosine of theta divided by cosine of theta. All right. So when you take care of this, this is secant theta. Cosine divided by cosine is 1, so you have minus sine of theta. And in the denominator, This is tan of theta minus 1. And that's what you get. So what we had to do is once we were at this point here, we had to really look at it and force it to get to my right-hand side of the equation by dividing each term by cosine. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.